Hey guys, in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about the art of just doing it anyway. This is really something I've been thinking about more over the last probably week or so, as I have experienced not wanting to work and kind of falling back into my old identity where I'm like procrastinating and not doing things because it's whatever, it's okay. I don't have to do it. Nothing is going to change. I'm not going to die tomorrow if I don't do it today. I can just chill out and relax, and I have been adopting the mindset of I'm going to do it anyway, even if I don't feel like it. And I actually have been doing it anyway for the last week or two, probably, whenever I didn't feel like doing something, whether it's, maybe working out or obviously working, um, doing a certain thing, mainly just related to work and business, obviously, like a big task like scripting a video or doing tax work or firing a person. I just did it anyway. I just did what I was supposed to, even when I didn't feel like it. And I noticed that that started to apply to other areas of my life because it started off as something I just applied to business. Like I said, tax work or script writing or whatever I didn't feel like doing, I did it anyway. And then I saw myself kind of like doing things in my day to day life that I would normally not want to do, I would be reluctant to doing. I started doing them faster and in a more sort of like robotic way, which sounds soulless and bad, but it's a good thing because obviously all the things that I'm forcing myself to do are positive, and I will be grateful for the fact that I did it like in the future. Like I'm not sacrificing my health or relationships or whatever. I'm not like crazy, just talking about like the things that I need to do and I know I need to do, but usually I would procrastinate and not do them, but now I do because I'm forcing myself. And it's just so powerful and it's so simple and yet evasive. And I've never really mastered this fully, even not to the level I know. It's to the level I have it mastered it now. And throughout my whole journey, if you can call it that, like now I've made over $500,000 online. And I hate saying that because it makes me feel so fake. But on my whole journey, ever since I started, when I just turned 15, launched my first store, I feel like I always worked because I felt like working and I was motivated and I had this like desire to work. And when I didn't want to work, when I didn't feel like doing it, I wouldn't work and I would procrastinate. But now I obviously still have the desire and the motivation, but it comes and goes, and that's why I have never really truly been consistent, if I'm being honest, on my journey. I've always had these periods where I'm like working like crazy, getting like 8K days, and then like a month or two or even more where I'm like just super down, barely doing any work, not even seeing any point in doing any work, and I'm just like whatever, I don't need to do anything. Whereas now I still have the motivation periods, but when I'm not motivated, I just keep going. And I saw this quote today by Alex Hormozy. He said, "The real work begins when excitement and motivation wears off." And that's kind of what I'm experiencing right now and what I have been experiencing. And I'm not saying that like I hate what I do, obviously. It's not like I'm not miserable. Obviously, I enjoy it and what I'm doing, and I know that I'm moving towards my goals that are going to be life changing, and I'm going to really be grateful for everything I'm doing now in my teens. Like I'm 18, right? There's never going to be a better time to do these things and just lock in and work to build a future for myself and my family. So obviously, I'm even grateful for it now. Like I'm grateful for what I did last week because I genuinely can see and feel how I'm making tangible progress on a day-to-day basis. So on a month-to-month basis, on a week-to-week basis, on a day-to-day basis, I'm really moving in the right direction fast because I just keep working and doing the right things even when I don't feel like doing them. And I know I keep saying this, and it sounds like such a normal and mundane thing, like, oh, whatever, everybody says this, just work hard, just keep doing it anyway. But it's just such a fascinating and new concept to me that I've honestly never had a chance to explore in the past because it's just too, I don't know what I should use here. It's like I was just too maybe scared of just forcing myself to do it anyway, and I'm not anymore, which is certainly a great thing. But, it's one thing saying it, but actually doing it and actually forcing yourself to do it when you don't feel like doing it, it's different. and not a lot of people understand what it actually feels like, you know. And like I spoke about this in one of my recent videos also, the more you do it, the better you get at it, and the easier it becomes to force yourself to do whatever you don't feel like doing it, whatever you don't feel like doing in the moment. But no matter how hard it gets in the moment to do the things that I need to do, at the end of every day, I just feel so good about myself. And at the end of every week and at the end of every month I do this, I just feel so good about myself and about, you know, forcing myself to do all of these things, about all the hardships that I went through, all of the pain, and if you can call it that, I don't know what kind of pain you can experience sitting at the desk, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm always grateful for it and I like it. It's sacrificing short term pain for long term gain, which is short term pain is fear and long term gain is fulfillment. But just, yeah, there's no better word to describe it. I'm just feeling fulfilled, I guess. I'm not feeling satisfied, certainly not, but I feel fulfilled, which is very, very good. Whereas in the past, I would work like a little bit, you know, in these periods when I experienced no motivation, I would work for like 1 or 2 hours a day or less, and I'd be like satisfied, and I would, you know, have all this quick pleasure and dopamine, but I would not be fulfilled. And in the back of my mind, I would always feel empty. And now it's like the other way around. I don't have the satisfaction and cheap dopamine and the pleasure. So my dopamine levels are really all kind of balanced out now. But I really feel the fulfillment and the joy in making progress and deep connection with my like inner self, moving in the right direction towards my goals, deep alignment, which is so powerful. If you know what I mean. Like by alignment, I mean truly understanding what I want out of life and actually moving towards it instead of just doing what other people want me to do or whatever. I actually just am doing what I need to do for myself. So, yeah, I'm just really kind of happy. I'm really enjoying work every day. And even when I'm not enjoying, I'm still doing it anyway. And then I enjoyed it like later at night when I'm reflecting on the day or when I'm making one of these videos. It always feels really good to say, I didn't want to do it, but I still did it. So today I got everything checked off on my to do list, and I did, even though I didn't feel like doing it. It just brings a smile to my face, you know? All the, like, I probably worked, it doesn't matter how much you work, obviously, it's bullshit, like vanity metric, how many hours you worked, but I probably worked, just for context, for 10 hours today, maybe more, maybe like 11 or 12. And the rest of the time I spent with my girlfriend. And it did feel bad in some moments. It felt a little miserable. I didn't feel like doing it. Things weren't going according to plan. You know, wasn't feeling like I'm doing the right thing, and maybe I should switch to that thing and start that thing. And the shiny object syndrome was kicking in. But I was just sticking to my path, and I was just doing what I know I need to do in spite of all the things. And by the way, yeah, I believe that just doing it anyway does not only apply to just doing the hard things when you don't feel like it. It also applies to not switching to different business models or different whatever it is when you experience the shiny object syndrome. You just do your thing anyway, even if it looks shinier doing the other thing. So I've been doing it anyway in that sense also. So yeah, other than that, just making progress today, honestly, on my TikTok shop, with tax work, with immigration to the US. Had another call with an immigration attorney today and got a clear plan mapped out on how I'm going to go to the US and get a 2 year visa, which is going to allow me to stay there and work there. And yeah, making a lot of progress with some other stuff, some personal stuff as well. Really, you know, I'm kind of proud of myself. I don't know why, but I just kind of don't like the word proud, but I'm really happy with the progress I'm making, you know. I'm looking at my whiteboard with all of my milestones written down, and I checked out like 5 today or 6, and like an additional like 7 to dos um in my journal, which is so fulfilling. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.